We're a couple of weeks into the new year and already looking ahead at what the nutrition and food trends will be for this year. So we're bringing in our expert, Andrea Holwegner, to chat more about this. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning. I'm so excited about this segment because I love, as a foodie and a dietitian, just diving into what's happening on the food and nutrition scene.
Oh, and I just love hearing what the trends are going to be. We don't want to miss any of them. So can you tell me what are the top 7 of your trends that you're seeing for this year?
You bet. Maybe we could put up the screenshot there just so we can take a peek at what is trending, because I can't see the 7 in front of me here. Here we go. We got it. The reason I'm wearing green today is because number 1 on my list is plant-based everything. So I'm going to show you some new things trending in this area. Personalized diets, buzzless spirits, and functional fizz. I mean, isn't that sort of even just fun words to say? Number 4, heritage and fusion cooking, really diving into culture here. Sustainability soaring, again, tying into that first tip on plant-based everything. Technology, so many cool things happening here. And number 7, budgetarianism.
Oh yeah, there is a lot there. And you said you have even more in your blog, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I'm a meat eater, but I have started dabbling in some of these plant-based options. And oh my goodness, Andrea, I have been so impressed. So this trend, you're saying it's going to continue throughout this year?
You know, there's a move to a lot of flexitarian-based eating, which describes me, like eating some animal foods, but then also incorporating a lot of plant-based foods. We know this is good for health. There's a lot of consumer interest. And of course, as food prices are rising, we're seeing people selecting these because they can cut some of the cost on their grocery bill as well.
Yeah, and that is super handy. What are some of your top options when it comes to picking something that's plant-based? Because again, a newbie like me, I'm just trying to take notes here in the background.
You bet. And of course, most of our core vegetarian plant-based options are going to be your lentils, your seeds, and just more whole foods. But what we're seeing is massive innovation going on in the plant-based industry. So as you know, last year we saw so much, veggie style burgers. What we're seeing more this year, and what you can expect probably even in your quick service fast food menus, is a lot more innovation around plant-free poultry options. So your chicken nuggets and tenders, but of course derived from more plant-based options. So if I was to show you a few things that you're going to be seeing on the grocery store shelves, some new products to check out if you've never tried them. Many of these are new to me as well. This one caught my eye in the grocery store. I thought this was interesting.
Oh.
So plant-based smoked salmon. So again, derived from a lot of carrots and veggies and things. So some really innovative things happening. If you haven't tried something like this, I'd encourage you to give them a go. These would be your legume-based, pasta-based products. So huge protein in here. You can see on the label there, 39 grams of protein. So great choices to add into your meal planning.
Yeah.
One of the other things that we're seeing is sunflower seeds, and seeds in general are going to take off this year, much like we've seen so much interest around nuts over the years. Move over almonds. We got lots going on in sunflower seed innovation. So really cool stuff happening here as well.
Yeah, and that looks all very tasty. So last year I found that a lot of breweries, distilleries, they were coming out with some non-alcoholic options. Ooh, shredded cheese, yum. Some non-alcoholic options. And that seems to be really picking up steam. And is that going to be a trend as we continue to move through 2022? Because again, I'm loving this trend.
You know, what's really interesting, the other day it was like taco night at my house, but it was a weekday and I thought,
Yeah.
I'm going to have one of these buzzless beverages. It was really sort of festive and added some fun. What we're seeing is a huge rise in what's called drysolation, or a lot more sort of boozitarianism, which means kind of having some alcohol-based cocktails, but then intertwining them with some alcohol-free beverages. So here's a couple local breweries really innovating some good stuff. And what's really fascinating is the taste of these things are actually pretty darn good compared to what we had available in the past. So you're going to see more mocktails and more sort of alcohol-free cocktails in restaurants, and people really looking for those options.
Yeah.
The other thing that we're seeing is in the beverage sort of section, lots of innovation around just cool ingredients. So I call this functional fizz. So we got, kombucha with hibiscus. Hibiscus is rising, so we might see some sparkling drinks this year with hibiscus. Of course, turmeric's been super popular. We're seeing things even like turmeric-based lattes on menus coming up here. And tea, Pinterest actually suggests that afternoon tea is going to be a big thing this year. So all sorts of innovation going on in the category of high afternoon tea beverages. And then, of course, when we come to functional beverages, I didn't know that there could possibly be more room on the grocery store shelf for any more plant-based sort of beverages here. But we are seeing, of course, this new product here, not milk, again, coming from peas. Oh. So really innovative stuff happening here. Again, some of the comparisons of these products aren't exactly the same as what we would see in the regular versions, nutritionally. So always important to work with a registered dietitian if you're moving to more of a plant-based lifestyle to make sure it's nutritionally sound.
And we only gave a list of 7 and dove into 2 of those. On your website, healthstandnutrition.com, there's a full deep dive blog with a bunch of more information that people can find. So thank you so much for your time today, Andrea.
Thank you for having me.